Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today, we have another monthly installment of my top 5 most carried EDC knives. Yes, it's a lot of the usual suspects on this one, and a lot of them are pretty expensive. This month just happened to work out that way. I will assure you, if you are more of a budget knife fan, there is a lot more kind of budgety sort of stuff coming next month for sure. I've gotten a few really interesting pieces in the last couple weeks that just haven't made it in the rotation enough to make my top 5. But a lot of these are all of them are pretty pricey. One in a unique sort of way. And then next month too, I have something really special that I imagine is probably going to make it. Something I've been wanting for a really long time, and I imagine I will carry a lot once I get it. But we will start off with something that the one thing here that's the least expensive. This is an honorable mention. That would be the Civivi Mandate. I put it as an honorable mention because I'm still not sure whether or not to call this a real knife or just a utility knife or whatever. I still have the Damascus blade on it. I know I said I was going to change that out and put one of the regular blades on it, but I just haven't bothered to do it, even though it takes 5 seconds. I have not lost my mind. I still hate lanyards. But I put this on to show it. I'm not carrying it with this on it. But I got this cool lanyard from Wii/Civivi. They had an offer. If you bought a Wii or Civivi last month, you got a free one. And it's a little Civivi lanyard. It's pretty nice. It's very gigantic. It looks kind of silly on this, but it's bigger than this is. But it did come with it. I just thought I'd show it. I thought that was cool. It didn't come with this. It was another Wii that I got. But I still really like this thing, and you guys did point out in the comments, Civivi kind of words it like you have to buy blades from them. You do if you want the 9CR 18 MOV, which is great to have, and you do definitely if you want the Damascus. But I guess there is another blade that just fits right on it that are cheapest chips, so that's cool to know. But this is full titanium. I still really like this thing a whole lot. It's just extremely useful, and I carry it as my secondary knife almost all the time. It's just a really good knife. It does have a good bottle opener on it. I have thoroughly tested that, and it works really well. Ergonomics are great. So much more than, as much as I love like a Giltech ruck or something like that. Actually, I have a ruck sitting right here, so we'll pull it out. I mean, these little things are great and drop in your little fifth pocket, and they're still amazing, and I still love them, and I still carry this sometimes too. But I don't know, I'm just liking having that a little bit more beefy sort of feel. And it's just such a unique thing. They're $90. They're not inexpensive compared to even something like the Ruck. I think is less than that. But it's just cool. And I'm really enjoying it. And it's very smooth action, very smooth operation. I'm just really enjoying having it around. Well, we will set that aside, I guess, because that giant lanyard gets in my way. The rest of these I won't set aside when I do them. Again, no particular order except for the last one. We'll start out with no surprise. This was on here. This was my most carried last month, but it was not my most carried this month. It was my second most carried. But I'm kind of into larger knives lately, if you can't tell by what's sitting here. And this is a Spartan Harsey folder, about $460. This one is a bit unique in that it's the coated handles, but not the coated blade. But if you call and just ask nicely, they will do that if they have the parts around. So it wasn't like an upgrade or a custom or anything like that, and it has the Spartan filler tab on it. But I just freaking love this thing. It's just so nice and beefy. It is a big knife, 4-inch blade, but it doesn't feel like a big knife in your pocket. The action on it has just gotten so smooth after having it for a couple months, 2.5 months I think I've had it now, and it's just so smooth, and I'm just really enjoying it. I've gotten pretty decent at the front flip, he says, while there's a camera looking at him. Yay, I did it. One take. So yeah, I'm just loving this thing. It's just a fantastic knife, and very happy to finally have a Spartan in the family. And it's just a really good knife. I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. S35VN. They are upgrading to S45VN. I'm probably not going to get the S45VN of this when it comes out. People keep asking me if I am. S45 does seem nicer, but I don't think it's worth buying a whole new knife for. But there is another Spartan model that I will be getting once it's available in S45VN. Absolutely, for sure, I'll be getting that. Next up has been again, these are in no order, but just next up, the Benchmade Mini Freak. Still think it's probably overpriced at $263. Well, maybe overpriced is the wrong word. It's over-spec'd. This is S90V in carbon fiber. This isn't really what we asked for from Benchmade. We just wanted a smaller version of the Super Freak. We just wanted the same old M4 and the same old really cool multi-layer G10. I don't think anybody was really begging for S90V in carbon fiber. And so it's $263. and it's not a huge knife for that, but I still do just really enjoy using it. It's just a very comfortable knife. Did do a pocket clip swap on it. I had this on my carbon, my 940-1, and I tried putting my spare bug out clip on this, and it just did not work ergonomically whatsoever. So put the bug out clip on the 940, which I love bug out clips on 940s. They work fantastically well, and took this carbon fiber clip off and put it on here. This is from Etsy. I do not remember the seller. I apologize for that. I did sand it down. It was super shiny when I got it. But now I have to say it matches pretty well. And I like the look of it. And ergonomically, it just works so much better. So this is not a deep carry knife or anything, but knives this small sometimes just don't work with deep carry clips because they dig right into the meat of your palm right there. So it's kind of annoying. But really, really comfortable knife to use now, and just I just really like it. It's S90V. You don't have to sharpen it very often. When you do, it's a pain in the arse, and another knife that's breaking in very, very well. Next up would be the Chris Reeve Large Inkosi Tanto. This is my newest Chris Reeve. I'm down to 3 now. I did sell one, and that's kind of part of the reason why I'm going to talk about this. I had a large Sebenza 31 with the drop point, and then I got this, and I sold my Sebenza 31. It's off to a lovely new home now. I just like this better. Not by giant margins. I think I like it mostly because it's a Tanto. But it is ergonomically for my hands just slightly better, not dramatically so, but it's going to be worse for some people because it has the finger cutout. So if your fingers don't fit, it may be worse than a Sebenza. But for my hands, it's just a little bit more comfortable than a Sebenza. I find that it's just not quite as jabby back here. Not that the Sebenza's bad, but I just find it's not quite as jabby. And I find that it also works better with this lovely milled Casey Lynch clip that I do love so much. With the micarta inlays, this was $550. They're about, what, $450, I think, without the micarta. But I really like the feel of the micarta inlays and the look of them as well. And it's a Chris Reeve, so I don't mind using it and beating it up a little bit. And the inlays do eliminate some of the snail trail worries somewhat, but I think this has already still got a couple little ones on it, but it's not nearly as beat up as a Sebenza gets within, 2 weeks of carrying it. And also, I love that it does not have the blue hardware, no blue thumb stud for all the finish just to wear off of. And it has, other than that, a lot of the stuff that is in the Sebenza 31. It's got the ceramic ball interface, has the angled pocket clip so you're not pushing on the lock bar. It's got a lot of that stuff. You can front flip it, but let's see if I can do it here on camera. I'm not even going to try a second time. You can. I can do it on the small Inkosi much easier, which is kind of weird. But on the small Inkosi, I can flip it right out. On the large one, not so much, but that's not really what Chris Reeves are about. It works perfectly fine to flick out with the thumb stud. Makes a very satisfying thwack, so I'm happy with that. But I do really I love this thing. It's so pretty. And I'm a Tanto guy now. I don't know when that happened, but if I have the option on a knife to order one or the other, I almost always order the Tanto. Next up would be the Hinderer XM18 Skinny. This is a no-choil DLT trading exclusive one. I believe there are still a few of these left, which I'm kind of surprised by, but I do really like this a lot. I did get it with the blue scale. I think it actually may have came with another one. But I got the blue scale because, no, it did come with the blue one. I don't remember. Anyway, I just had it in my mind when I first went to go get an XM18. I saw blue ones a lot, and I liked the blue. So when I got this one, I got the blue. I did put the blue hardware on it, which I'm still unsure about, but you guys in the comments have said you really like the blue hardware, so it's staying for now. But this is, again, it's just broken in extremely well because it is my most carried Hinderer that I have. I did just get a COVID Skinny Skinner. I may carry that a bit more, but I don't know. That one's also kind of special because Rick built it himself, and it's got the COVID-19 sticker, the COVID-19 etching sticker. Oh my God. Sorry, Rick. The COVID-19 little etching on it, and I had COVID, so it means a lot to me. So maybe I won't carry it as much as this still, but these will probably be side by side. I thought about selling this because I got the COVID one, but we'll see. If I wind up carrying the COVID one and not caring about it as much as I do right now, then maybe I'll sell this one, but I don't think so because I just really, really like this. The Skinny no-choil XM18, about $425. So that leaves obviously my most carried and it wasn't even close. It's been this 8020. This Demco 8020 is just freaking awesome. This is an MG 8020 machine ground blade, not the hand ground hollow grind. This is the machine ground flat grind. This is in 3V, just plain gray G10. Kind of wish I'd have gotten the titanium, but also not, because it is heavier. But I just adore this knife, and it's just been constantly in my pocket. I love that. That action is just stupid. I still have not done the full review on this. I'm probably going to hold that off for a long-term review, because it's been long enough now. I just had so much other stuff coming in. But in the unboxing, it had a little bit of lock stick. That is obviously totally gone now. And it is just freaking fantastic. It is 3V, which is absolutely 100% not corrosion resistant. So I have been putting EDCI on it a whole lot. Amazing stuff. You can't get right now, but it's coming back. And I've gotten no corrosion or anything on it. And I do stupid things, you know, like open meat packages and stuff like that with it. And I've just done everything with it I normally would. I ordered it from John Demco, and I told John, I'm like, I want a user, and he goes, well, that's what we like to sell. So yeah, this is absolutely a user, absolutely. And I added another Demco. I have an 8015 now, which I did a video about before. A real Demco 8015, not a cold steel one. But yeah, it is just a fantastic freaking knife. I'm just madly in love with it. My most carried this month. Wouldn't be shocked if it was the same for next month. It's just a whole lot of fun. Just the action on it. I like big beefy knives, and a lot of big beefy knives aren't that fun to play with, where this is a big beefy knife with endless fidgetability factor. So I really like it a lot. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will do another one next month. Tomorrow we'll be back to somewhat regularly scheduled program. I think I'm going to review some pants tomorrow. That'll be interesting, maybe. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.